Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you all. Just making sure everything's up and running and tickety-boo before we join you live. So grab a brew, park your bum, and let's have a little chat for a couple of hours. Show you some things coming to EVERSPACE 2. Tickety-boo.
Ancient beings came forth from the stars. They brought fire to the Okar when our ancestors walked the sands and lifted them to the sky. Now we sail the stars. Servants, warriors, merchants, clerics, prideful masters of a domain-spanning world. There have been missteps. A vicious war settled with a flawed peace. Scarred voices call to restore our honor. Division in a unified people. The ancients hear our discord. They rise. Filled with wrath.
Oh, hello, good evening. Where's my game go? Come on, game. Come on. Where are you? There we go. Woo. Panic there. I thought my game had disappeared. How are you all? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you. I hope you're all very, very well. That is indeed, if you've not already seen it, that is the announcement trailer for our new and upcoming DLC that is going to be called Wrath of the Ancients. A wonderful voiceover from June Yoon there, who plays our character Tareen. An absolute wonderful guy. Hopefully we'll get him on at some point for a little chat about all things voice acting and stuff like that. So how are you all? I hope you're all well. Yes, 3 weeks in a row, you lucky devils, have seen my fifth over here on the channels talking about EVERSPACE 2. Last week was obviously a very special one because we'd announced Wrath of the Ancients, which you're all aware of now, and we talked a little bit about what's coming, and indeed, as you can see in the chat, there is some talk around it coming in late spring. Nothing definite yet. As soon as we have a date, we shall let you know, but that's not ready yet. Not ready. If you do have any questions, even if it's about Wrath of the Ancients or whether it's about just the game in general, throw them into chat. Lee's with us, as always, collating those messages, and we'll try and answer them as well. So, what's happening this week? Well, after the plethora of stuff that we've kind of been showing you already, we're taking a little bit of a breather this week. We're going to have a lot of normal gameplay, which was me trying not to die, obviously, in my Sentinel, as is at the moment. And then we haven't got any screenshots to show this week. However, we are going to have a look at some of the other quality of life improvements that are coming to the game with the DLC. Some of them, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's a good change. I know for definite one you're going to love. We'll show that towards the end anyway, but yeah, definitely. I'm looking at the chat and like, Gary actually only has an upper torso. Yeah, there's nothing below. Yeah, I don't have legs, abdomen or anything. I'm just literally just a floating abdomen, like something out of Futurama kind of thing. But yeah, if you do have any questions, please do throw them into the chat. I know I see one or two and Lee's already feverishly collecting them. In about 30 minutes or so, we'll go through whatever we've got. If we see any that I need to answer and dive in, and you know the drill. If you've not been here before, what we do is do a bit of gameplay, do some question and answers, and then we'll do some more gameplay, and then we'll carry on with some more after that. So he didn't die 2 streams in a row. That I would say absolutely is a win, and I'll take it. I'll take that as a win. I'm quite happy with that. So, yeah, welcome to you all. Anyway, I hope you've all been good. We'll also have a look as well, while I remember, at some of the polls that we've been running in our Discord. If you've not seen them already, we've been doing some pilot polls where you all have an opinion for about a week, looking at the various things, such as your favourite star systems and favourite primary weapons. But I'll bring them up later on, and we can have a little discussion around those and see if you agree with what the people of the Discord actually choose. But shall we crack on? Shall we dive into some more gameplay, shall we? Why not? Let me just restock, actually. What we've got? A bit of rockets, some corrosion. I think that's a worthy buy there. So what are we up to in the missions? So we are level 19. Picking up the pieces, which is we're going to go back and talk to Eduardo. We've got the Living Fossil and a Higher Heart Scrap. Now, Living Fossil is obviously the start of the Leviathan quest chain. So if you've got Titans, you can pick these up. Roughly around level 15 to 17, you'll start the kind of introduction, dependent upon certain areas being opened up. Same with the Dreadnought. So if you were in a specific zone or you've done a certain quest line, then you'll get those as well. I haven't yet, but you can happen naturally. It doesn't matter. One thing I will mention is there was a question last week about the new DLC. I'll quickly throw this one in. The main storyline, okay, will commence after the finishing of the main story from the base game. However, some of these side missions that we have, some of the side quests, you'll be able to pick up much earlier, same as Titans, where it might be level 15 to 17. I don't know the exact triggers, but they will be mid through a playthrough. Okay, so you don't have to wait for, I've got to be level 30 to do everything. If you are at level 30, that's not a problem. The quests and the missions will be scaled to your level, so there won't be like level 15 or anything. So they'll work exactly the same as we do with the Titans DLC. So just so you know, I know it's kind of been a question that's kind of ping-ponged around a little bit, and I thought I'd just throw that out there just so that you are aware. So I think we should head back to we've got all this technology, didn't we? We've collected it all. Yes, we have. Okay, yeah, we've kind of already grabbed it, haven't we? So I think we kind of need to go back to speak to Carla. I think that's where we're heading. I see all the questions coming in as well. Thank you very much. We'll deal with those in a little while. So let's just get out of here before we get attacked by anything else. Trying not to bonk into anything. And right, Ceto Transit Gear. That's where we want to go. Let's head there. Let's just turn the sound up. Fly, let's fly away, dude. Do 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 do. Whoops. In we go. So how have you been all this week? Have you been good? Have you had a nice week? Everything been tickety-boo? Have you enjoyed the week? Or are you just thinking, God, it's Friday. Thank God it's the weekend. I'm sure some of you have. Some of you had a wonderful week. Some of you had a week. But I hope it's all gone fairly well for you all. Well, I guess this was... I don't normally get through here without any hassle. I know there's a group off there to the left, but that's fine. Whoop. Let's just dive in through here. Grip over on YouTube has just said, if he doesn't die this stream, I'm reporting kidnapping and impersonation. I'll try my best to die so that you realize it is actually me. Whoops. Let's just avoid that before I whack into them. Okay, enemies over there. Okay, the lower level. That's fine. That's fine. Right, let's jump to Ruddy 2. Let's join over that. Boop. Oh yeah, fast forward. I love that key. I love that fast forward key. It's all good. That's all good. Here we are at home base. Very splendid little place. Tucked out of the way. Nobody knows about it. Whoop.
Gala, I got everything. I'd now like you to show me what all this is about.
Once I put the pieces together, it can be used to create a rip that will let you jump through space and hopefully take me home.
I can jump through
Sounds
space.
Promising. I only hope it works.
Will you two please finish your damn yibber-yabbing? Adam, I've waited long enough. We got a job to discuss. Now, on the bridge.
Oh,
Okay,
Maddox.
all right, Maddox.
He's an interesting character, is Maddox. As we know, we had a pilot poll a little while ago, and nobody liked him. I wonder why.
Who will be staying with us until she finds her way home.
It is an acquaintance to meet your pleasure.
Almost.
Yes. Well, now we have Eduardo here. Maddox is able to give us an update on the job at hand.
Viridium! A veritable mountain of it. Just sitting in a comet and waiting for us to scoop it out of the sky. I've been waiting for this thing to come around for a long time. Finally, all the pieces have fallen into place. Eduardo, would you do the honors? There it is. Drink it in. Revisiting us in the DMZ after 15 years.
And we know how this is gonna go, don't we?
Rich men, women, and whatever's out of each of us. Only problem is that it's still a heck of a long way away, and might take some time to get there. Oh, hello. Our freaky little lady likes to play with maps.
There, look, and there.
Well, what do you know? Looks like our dearest new addition found us a shortcut already. I knew she'd be useful.
Considering she's not from this cluster, that's fairly impressive
Very
navigating.
I
impressive
do not know
navigating.
these
Yes,
stars,
indeed.
but I quickly find my way around.
Interesting. Well, I'd like to propose we head out as soon as...
I'm afraid I must object. You cannot carry out this mission. You do not understand the importance of Eshahar.
Say, who, what now?
This comet cannot be interfered with. I ask you to allow me a moment to explain.
Now, hold on there, mister.
What is it, Tareen? What's the problem?
What you see is an opportunity. What I see is something sacred to the Okar. Eshahar is of spiritual importance.
Oh, here we go. Always the same. It's sacred to a scrap from you damned Okar. I mean, I don't see the big problem with taking one little freighter load.
No, I implore you.
Okay, hold on, everybody.
Very tense
Tareen, you don't
negotiations
seem to
going on here.
understand what
Very
this payday
tense.
would mean for us. The riches from this comet is the ticket home we've all been waiting for.
Eshahar is a holy comet. The Okar would not send a simple squadron to protect it. They would see its defacement as an act of war and send its entire fleet. Your actions are of bad portent, and the consequences could echo beyond anyone's control.
Oh, and you all thought it was going so well.
After everything
Until
we've
now.
gone through, but I think we need to take Tareen's warning seriously.
Whoa, now, I've waited too long for this to be held back by some Okar superstition.
But we don't want any reason to start a war with
No,
them
we
either.
don't, Maddox,
I
we
think I
don't.
should at least investigate this. Maybe it's time to talk to Commissioner Hawk. I suspect she knows more about this than she's been letting on.
Indeed.
Tareen, if you're right, this may be more explosive than any of us realize.
It all go boom. Very
The
boom.
artifacts, the drilling equipment. It's all connected. Stay on the base until I get answers. If the stakes are as high as I'm guessing, I don't want anybody jeopardizing things.
You want to reveal our whole damn plan to the fleet?
Yes.
I didn't say that. I said I wanted to enlist her help. We might be teetering on the brink of a conflict that could wipe out the DMZ. Until I know what's happening, Maddox, stay away from the comet.
Oh, Adam got very forceful there, very forceful. I did see one question kind of going through there.
I can't believe you would have the nerve to ground me.
Yeah, okay, Maddox, we hear you. Yeah, we hear you. Yeah. Oh, we leveled up. That's handy. We had it. We'll just skip that bit. We kind of know what happened. But yeah, there was a little question about how I managed to fast forward very, very quickly when I was flying through the zone. It isn't a dev cheat or anything like that. If you complete the system challenge, for this case being in Ceto, you will be able to have the option of fast forward. Okay, so you'll be able to speed up your pace through the system. So you just need to do that. So when you have a look in your data and challenges, you can see here the Ceto Explorer. And I've completed it, mastered it. You visit all the regions, you complete 10 challenges, complete 3 distress calls, and then you've got to get very close to the sun, so the central star. And just behind me, it says here, with autopilot active, a boost to fast forward time while traveling in the Ceto system. And you also get an engine color, some credits, and an XP bonus. So that is how you do it. So that is available for everybody. You've just got to complete that region. They complete the Explorer challenge for wherever you are. And that every system kind of has one of them, so that you can get to anyway. Hope that kind of makes sense anyway. So anyway, it looks like we've got to go on another little trip, and we've just hit level 20, which is a nice little bonus, Brucey bonus there. Boom, 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 boom. Right, so where do we want to go? The emissary. So we've got to really talk to a lot of special bypasses. Should we? I think we might have to do that. So let's do that. Let's go unlock one of those, shall we? Whoop. Right. Where is that actually taking us? Okay. Okay, that's coalition one. Oh, it's the perk. Oh, it's the perk, isn't it? Of course it is just a perk. Let's just do that. If you have any questions, just tag RFG Lee on Twitch or on YouTube, the Rockfish Games. Anything. He tags them. We get to see them. And then we'll answer them in about 15 minutes or so. So about every half an hour, we'll go through some of the questions that we have available. Right, so, yeah, sorry, Carla, I forgot about you. So to unlock that, we need that special bypass component, which is luckily we have. We need one of those, which we also have. We need one of those. We need one of those. And we need one of those. Ta-da! Luckily, we've collected them all.
Fire it up, Carla. I'll radio you from the other side.
Are you really about to offer yourself up as a guinea pig
Yes.
for an untested technology?
Yes.
This is insanity.
Nothing ever gets accomplished by not taking chances, Hive.
You can tell when you can fly through by the sparks.
Sounds fancy. Let's do
<laughs>
it.
Terry Holland, if you're over on Facebook, if you put a message in the chat, then Lee will see it on there as well. So we've opened up the special bypass. Handy dandy. So you use the special bypass near the home base. Cool. Right, there we go. Special. Let's activate. Let's get out of there. Whee! That was right. Okay.
I told you, I knew this would end in disaster. You have been transported to a planet in Tyrion, never to find your way out again, and you will die here. Ha! I was right.
All right, Hive. No need to be so happy about it. Does anyone read me? No response.
Okay.
Where the heck are we? Let's just take a little look around and see if there's a way out.
She tricked you. The blue alien has achieved its deception.
I'm pretty sure that's not what happened, Hive.
Hive is
Must have been a
great.
miscalibration somehow. I mean, I did change location at least, and I am in one piece.
Oh, go away. Leave me alone. Thank you.
Hey, you know what? The wildlife in here's familiar. I'll be damned if I'm not somewhere back in the Kaid Nebula.
Ah,
The blue
you
alien
see?
will have morphed into its true hideous self and consumed all of your companions by now.
Seriously, Hive, get a grip.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were imbued with so much imagination.
Yeah,
I
hi.
am only stating possibilities.
You are enjoying my predicament way too much.
Okay, that gave us a little hint there, didn't it? Oh, we found that. Oh, that looks a long way away. Oh, no, maybe. Okay. Let's just switch to a rocket. Oh, there's an ancient rune.
Gives me some time to think about things.
Thank you.
I mean, none of this is how I expected it to turn out.
Sandy.
You know what I'm talking about, Hive?
I have not the foggiest.
Not the
I feel
foggiest.
things have changed. All I cared about to start with was getting out of the DMZ, but I only seem to be becoming more embroiled in it.
Doink.
You
There we
are
go.
certainly deeply entangled in the political intrigues of the region, although I am certain you could still extricate yourself.
Yeah, sure, but to what end? What would be the consequences of that?
So there we go. That gives us the hint as what we need to rotate. The runes. So that is
The
that
more I
one.
think about it, the more I realize that my commitments are here, in the Beltigrades, in the DMZ.
Okay, let's
A fair
grab
load of
an acid
iridium might get
pouch.
me back to the homeworlds and in a very luxurious condition. But would I really be happy with myself?
Happiness. Oh dear. Every philosophical discussion with a human always comes to this.
Worms. Oh, hello. Get rid of that one. You want to pull you into the goop?
You know what, Hive?
More existential musings. Will it be like this until you starve to death?
There's a way out of here. I'm sure of it. But no matter what happens next,
I just
all I
love
know
the
is that I can't
banter
let my
between
friends
Hive
down.
and Adam.
I have the feeling they're all counting on me.
I can see why Hive did come out with
Right thing to do is
the
at this juncture.
the favorite character. I really do. It's just too easy with the banter between them. Actually, do need a. There we go. I want the acid pouch. Oh, release. Or not. Let's wait for another one to grow, shall we? Oh, there we go. Right, through. Come on. Give it down. Fly straight through it. Right, there we go. Here we go. There. That one there. Okay, do we have the hint here anywhere? Oh, there's some debris. There's some cheese down there. Let's get rid of that. So that wants to be that way around, does it? Oh, hello. A little bit of activity. Right, we need to obviously align these ancient lenses. Sometimes people do struggle with these in third person, so what I sometimes do is if I'm struggling to align it, just change your viewpoint to first person, usually the nose cam, and then it's a little bit easier to align up. As soon as it starts glowing, there we go, we've got some things happening, and then it just gets released and you can go back again. That's what I do. Some people will be, you know, a little bit different. They might, oh, I want to do it this way, I prefer this way, you know, and they can do it quite easily. Another ancient lens. Okay, down here we can get this one lined up, shall we? So we'll look at that one. So it can be a bit more difficult, I think, in third person, so, but you can do it. It's always good. There we go. That's that. We've got another ancient lens now. So where's that one down there? I was like, where was that one? It's been a while since I've done these missions, to be fair. It has been a while. There we go.
Things are looking up, Hive. I think I see light at the end of the tunnel.
So soon? Humans often mention such a thing when they are near the end.
No, I'm not speaking metaphorically. I
Yeah,
really think I see a way out.
Yeah, we are.
Look at that. It's where we picked up Kala and Eduardo. Anyone back at base reading me?
There you are, Clico. Something went wrong.
You're telling me, Kala. We ended up right next to your escape pod.
Ah, Toka. I think I know the reason.
Glad you do, Carla.
There are no other rips or connections yet.
Yes.
Except for the ones on my ship.
Adam, I believe this may have been caused by the lack of reference points in the cluster. Kala seems to have expected there to be other
Indeed.
points. The experiment sent you to your present location because there was a very slight reference signal emanating from the cube within the escape pod Kala traveled in. If you can retrieve it, we will be able to calibrate a more exact travel and create more reference points where we go.
Okay, let's try that. If we can get this to work without being transported into a sun's core,
Yeah.
this tech could really be a game changer.
It could. So, retrieve Carla's cube from the camp. Okay, so she's over here. I was just about to fly off. I forgot we needed to go this. Oops. Boink. Let's just dock. There we go. There we go.
Let's see.
There. Found
Okay,
it.
I got Kala's cube.
Adam, there is another matter.
Go ahead.
Kala is quite upset by this turn of events. She is confused as to why no reference points exist in this end of the galaxy. This must mean that she is a lot further from her homeworld
Oops.
than she first thought.
Well, do your best to comfort her and let her know that we'll do what we can to help her find her way home. So, Kala, are you feeling okay? What would we need to do next?
We will make new rips and connections.
From what I've gathered, this works a bit like the Einstein-Rosen bridge.
Toka, it's not a bridge, but a fold. Or a rip, Clico.
We'll get there. But right now, I think I'll have to use conventional means to reach the Commissioner's location. I've left her hanging. I bet she'll be pissed. This fast travel technology.
Good evening, Michael. See, our wonderful CEO Michael has joined us in the chat just before he goes out. He's a man of mystery. He goes out, you know. It's such a busy lifestyle. Hope you're well, Michael. Hope you're well.
To get out of the DMZ if everything goes south. Time to face the music. Patch me through to the Commissioner.
First you tell me it's important, and then you don't show up.
Yeah, look, I got sidetracked.
Yeah.
Are you still at the coords you gave me?
Of course not. I'm on the move again. Tell me your current location, and perhaps we can meet at a convenient point midway.
I'm near Aethor in the Kait Nebula.
Well, I'm not bringing my cruiser in there with those lunatics at large.
The boss is here. Better look busy, Gary. I'll try to.
Don't keep me waiting.
You got it.
The thing is I know what Lee's saying there, but Michael can watch back on the VOD later on, you know, if he wants to see the rest of it. But yeah, we're just, you know, we're having a great time. We're having a great time. Right, let's get out of here. In about 5 minutes, we'll go through some of the questions. Oh, hello, Terrain. Blimey, everybody's wanting a piece of me today, aren't they?
Actually, Tareen, that might not be a bad idea. I think she needs to get the bigger picture on this.
Indeed.
Although I think Hawk knows a lot of the DMZ's secrets, an Okar perspective might be what she needs.
Indeed.
Why don't you fill me in a little more on the significance of this comet?
Indeed. Come on, Terry. Give me some news.
Eshahar is of great importance, and its passage signals the beginning of a season of ritual festivities on our home planets.
Okay, so again, I can, when there's no conversation, I can use the fast forward.
An outlaw settlement. Head to the site, but focus on the matter we discussed.
So Cardenas is to do with the dreadnought.
Disconnected.
There we go. So that's the demolition bot. That's another mission on that DLC from Titan. So now we can fast forward again. As long as there's no chit chat going on, you can always fast forward. So many missions. I mean, yeah, they're just sending everything my way. Amazing. I've got through here again and not been attacked. Watch out for the jellyfish. Oops. Does that count as roadkill? Yeah, totally unintentional. Oh, hello. New chum membrane that. I'll go get that little freebie.
Let's see what the commissioner has to say about all this.
Let's just grab that.
Madam, I must admit I have some trepidation about how events appear to be escalating.
As far as I can make out,
Got containers down here. Why have they collected all this?
Capacity. We just need to get the word out to keep the peace.
Cutscene. Oh, everybody close their eyes.
So long, Roslyn.
Commissioner Hawks, half naked.
The DMZ.
You haven't been straight with me about the mission you sent me on to the lunar colony.
Michael, I think you need to thank your friend for getting you into the professional computer business.
I have no further
Absolutely.
for you, unless you want to make yourself useful for once and give me something this massage droid cannot.
Wow.
Damn it!
That's a bit.
We know about the sacred
That's a
comet,
bit
and we know
forward
its
there,
trajectory.
Commissioner Hawk.
You sent me to check how close Blakemore was to finding it.
Any violation of the comet of Eshahar would result in the end of any toleration between our races.
Yes, I know. Spare me the lecture. Traitor Tareen, the Okar warrior who wanted to be a cleric. Another anomaly of the DMZ. What strange bedfellows you two make. The Okar consider you an outcast. Why do you care whether we go to war?
I may have pursued a life of religious contemplation, but I would still fight to protect peace. The return of Eshahar and the discovery that it is in danger has reawakened my sense of commitment to my faith and my people.
Interesting. And you obviously found Mr. Roslin receptive to your concerns. If it wasn't for you, I'd leave this godforsaken place once and for all. But I also hate unfinished business. And perhaps I underestimated you from the very beginning. Okay, let me fill you in on some of the details. By all appearances, you have found the comet before Blakemore. Unfortunately, the Okar are also aware of his activities. They are preparing a preemptive strike against GMB's lunar colony.
That would trigger a war.
Indeed. And as it happens, you have found me after appraising the Federal Council of the situation, and they have resolved, quite disappointingly, to let affairs play out on their own. I asked to parley with Emissary Sareth in order to buy time and allow me to handle GMB myself. However, communications have suddenly ceased. There is a sub-faction of Okar hardliners agitating for war. My suspicions lead me to believe that they have something to do with this.
I get the feeling you have the need for another covert operation.
You and Tareen might be the key to solving this impasse. It's not like I can go in with a fleet cruiser, guns blazing. This would get me the leverage I need to stop Blakemore. As previously agreed, you would receive full amnesty. You get to keep your base, and you gain free passage out of the DMZ.
Tareen, what do you think? You up for this?
I do not expect to receive much welcome from my kind. I am the errant example that spawnlings are warned of.
You're still an Okar. Even if I reach the emissary, he has no reason to listen to me. But together, I'd just be curious enough to hear us out.
Perhaps. Of course, whether we can reach the emissary alive is another question.
Indeed. Can we reach the emissary? Can we? That is the very good question.
So, Tareen, what can you tell me about these Okar hardliners?
They call themselves Okar Prime.
While he's talking, I'm going to go collect some of these things. And then we'll answer some questions.
The colonials. Any opportunity to trigger a new war would suit their purposes perfectly. Their sentiments do not reflect those of the Okar majority, however, who are happy to remain in a separated peace.
There we go, grab that. And then this last bit of energy core. Come on, let's just zip over there. There we go. Oop. Marvelous, marvelous. Right, while we're here, do you know what we'll do? We'll just do our usual. We'll just sit there looking at the vista while we answer some of these questions that have come in. We'll try and get through as many as we can. If you can just keep them coming in, Lee's going to be collating them all through the show. And then hopefully, you know, later on we'll have filled all your curiosities up. Right, Wild Moon it is over on YouTube with the first question. Will any of the ships, will they be reworked or will they have new passives? To my knowledge, and I think I'm correct in this, nothing of the existing ships are going to be changed. So there's not going to be rework. There's not going to be kind of new passives coming along for the ships. We're very much concentrating on all the new additions that we're bringing to the DLC, as well as the new Wraith ship. Now, if you haven't heard about the Wraith ship, if you check out our blog post and the website, then we do actually show a little bit of an image, our first image of the new Wraith ship. But nothing's going to change for the existing ships as far as I'm aware. Switching over to Twitch. Oh, I can see everybody's coming in with the questions from YouTube. Come on, Twitch. You need to up your game. Come on. We got this. I have faith in you, Twitch. But we've got one from Flory over on Twitch. How is it that we can place the spatial bypasses wherever we want and no one destroys it or raises a stink about it? Very good question. I don't know the answer to that one. However, we'll go with story plot supersedes everything. There could be maybe some technology that keeps it kind of hidden to anybody that doesn't know it's there. So we'll go with that. I'll go with a sidestep on that one. I'll see if I can find out our answer if we actually do have an answer for that. But I think it's kind of just plot armor cloaking device kind of thing. Yeah, we'll go with that. Switching back to YouTube. An Angel in here. Will there be new customization options, colors, ship parts, etc.? I don't believe we're bringing any new ship parts. Colorations, I'm not sure. Have to double check on that. I've not had a mention on that being brought, but there may be. But I will have to check. But as far as I'm aware, no new ship parts. Definitely, obviously not for the existing ships. So that kind of ties in with the previous question from Wild Moon. Dana over on YouTube. I'm currently going through the art book, amazing art and book, and see there are a few variant designs for ships that possibly could have been, tough question. Time. How do you settle on one design over another? They all look so amazing. I don't work on the art team, so I can't be totally sure on this. However, I can imagine that a lot of it is down to a design may look amazing, but then there has to be a practicality behind it in terms of how the modules would work together, because we do have obviously interchangeable modules. So if something is very intricate, how could we then make that work? It's very, very difficult, as you can imagine. But concept art from the art book is great to see, but then they get refined down and then it works on a kind of practicality process. So whilst I can't speak to the whole process, that will be probably the topmost point is, can we make it work within the game? How can we design this to make it work to be modular? And very, very modular is an issue because of how we designed around that. So I know there's some absolutely fantastic bits of that you can see in the art book. If you've got the digital art book that's available on Steam and on other places, and it does have some great visuals there, but a lot of it is like a concept. Obviously, it's just like, hey, this is an idea, what do you think? And then you refine that process from there. Switching to Twitch. Oh God, Twitch. Oh yeah, we've got another one for Twitch. Super Scrapper. Why do enemy guns seem to reach me further than how far mine can reach them? That would be a very good question. There could be a little bit of a placebo effect there, because I imagine when we all fly our ships, we do move forward a lot. So when you are cutting down your range significantly, it could be that you're getting into range when you're in Super Scrappers. Like that was an answer for Flory. Okay, that's no, but it might seem like it. There can be kind of it's a genuine question actually, because some people have asked that they're always getting hit from long range. Remember, your ships, or your weapons rather, do have ranges on them as such. The enemies that you're fighting also have a range, but if you're kind of closing that gap, you will then get within range maybe quicker than you expect. And one little tip that I can give to you as a player, some of you are much better players than I am, is that if you can see the distance of a enemy that's coming towards you and you think, okay, my range on my weapon is 800 meters, but that ship is 900, and as I traverse forward, you can fire a shot in advance, and then they're closing on you, and then you're closing on them, and that distance will be getting nearer. So your shot maybe only reaches 800 meters, but by the time they get to another 100 meters closer to you, they're within the impact zone. So don't always wait for that shot to be within range. Sometimes you can shoot when they're just out of range as well. So I remember on that. I love that anyway. Is the art book... Sorry, this is Talahar over on YouTube. Is the art book the same as the physical one, just, digital? As far as I'm aware, I don't think there's any discrepancies or differences with it. I haven't actually looked at the digital art book, to be fair. I do actually have a copy of the... actually, I have two. Sorry. Of the art book. The full proper art book. And I had a real good conversation with somebody who's just got the art book over on Reddit today. And they were blown away by it. They absolutely love it. Oh, there we go. Lee's confirmed the digital art book should be exactly the same as the physical one. So they were actually blown away. Now, if you can get hold of it, the problem is the availability in some countries is difficult. We have had issues with getting it available for sale in various countries. That's not for want of trying, trust me. Lee has torn his hair out trying to get this available to as many people as possible. We understand the frustration. It's very frustrating on our part as well. So if you can get your hands on it, it is a wonderful thing. It is a very good coffee table book as well for you to look through, read, etc. We've all kind of put information in there. My story's in there. Lee's story's in there. Michael's put some in there. Erica put things in there. Casper, Hans Christian, all about kind of their relationship with the journey as such into EVERSPACE. Dana. I can't remember the name. I'd have to look it up. It was somebody who I spoke to today. They just put a wonderful post up on Reddit about how much they loved it. They actually compared the size of the book to a banana. They actually put a banana at the side of the art book and went, "It's huge." Then all that the people were saying was, "I hope you didn't eat that banana because it was a bit battered and bruised." But I digress. But they said they're absolutely loving it, and we love having that conversation. So if you do actually get one of the art books, even if it's just the digital one, having it on your screen, flicking through it is wonderful. And some of the ideas that you'll see of how things have transitioned and changed from conceptual art to actual implementation. I can see all these questions coming. I'm loving it. Keep bringing them in. Dana, yes, that is indeed. So Dana over on YouTube, that is actually who we were conversing with today. So yes, absolutely. The banana went to become bread. they're just doing the clarification that the banana did become bread. Right, switching. Oh, sorry, sticking with YouTube. I do see some from Twitch in a little bit. An engineer again. You play on gamepad and you have trouble mapping everything on there. So I was wondering if we could have more radial menus in the game as an option. Would be great for targeting, for instance. I'd have to put this to the team. I'm not entirely sure how they would implement something like that, or if they would be able to at this late stage of development. I'll keep that as a highlighted question, which I'll follow up with the team, and I'll see if I can get an answer. Again, with it so late in development, it might not be something that we're able to do because we're kind of limited on time, limited on resources. I know it's something that we kind of fall back to, but it's the nature of the beast. But we will. I'll try and follow up on that one. We'll highlight it in the chat questions that me and Lee have access to. Uriel of Sticks on YouTube is asking, is the upcoming DLC the same price as Titans 1, and is it more substantial in terms of unique quantity? The first part I cannot answer because we haven't set pricing. However, the second part of your question, substantial in terms of unique quantity, yes. The reason I say that is that you're going to be going to 4 new-ish star systems, okay? If you haven't seen last week's stream where we kind of went through, some of the highlights of what's actually coming with the new DLC, The Wrath of the Ancients. I do implore you to take a look. We do go through a lot of the things that are there and coming your way. But we're definitely going to be going through 4 new star systems. One of them you've already been to, which is Aethon. Some of you have obviously been pleading for us to take you back there, and you are going to be going back there. But there's also going to be new places that you're going to be going to, which we are going to start revealing over the coming months. Okay, so up to launch, we're going to be revealing things. We're working on a kind of plan for how we're going to reveal things and where they're going to be shown, etc. So do keep an eye on, get subscribed on all our channels, on our socials. We're going to be plonking things on there as well. Lee loves to type up posts, so we can have a nice little tease going over there as well. So absolutely do check everywhere, because we're going to be showing things and you might not want to miss them. Right, let's crack on a little bit more. Terry Lackey over on YouTube. If a level cap will be implemented, how would it affect our current level gear? We spent too much time to get where we are just to hunt them down again at a higher level. I can't speak too much on current level gear and level cap and everything else. That's for another conversation, which we still need to have. And in terms of hunting down gear and etc., I can't say a lot around that, but we are very aware of it. Okay, we are very aware of it, the time and effort that people have put into their weapons. So we'll leave that one there. I'll answer one more question and then we'll carry on with a little bit of flying, and then I'll answer the rest of them. I know there's an absolute load more questions, which we will all go through again in a short while. But the last one is Freddy Jin over on YouTube. Would you use AI speech in games? One friend has a small crew working on the game and they use human and AI speech. That one is a very difficult one to answer. If I'm honest, it's an awkward one in the kind of state of the industry and how it is kind of developed. AI techniques are out there. Now, obviously, anybody that plays the game uses things such as like DLSS. So that's an AI technique. It's a generation of a system, multi-frame generation on NVIDIA hardware, things like that. AI is becoming much more prominent in terms of implementation within things. It's not a decision that I have any involvement with, and I kind of steer clear of it because it's kind of way above my pay grade. So it's a difficult one to answer. I'm sure other companies, other teams, other development teams are diving in there, but honestly, I don't know. I don't know where that's going to head, what the world is going to look like in 5 years. Who knows? Who knows? Right, let's crack on then, because you've all been sat watching this a little bit. Let's go on our journey again, shall we? Off we go to... That's the smuggler's back door. Where were you going? Where did we need to go? Emissary. Go to the ancient citadel in the Kite Nebula. Okay. Right, hang on, let's just boost over there then. So yeah, we've got a load of more questions. We'll come to them in probably about another 15-20 minutes or so. So don't worry, we haven't forgotten about them. We're definitely going to get them answered as best we can. And yeah, we'll if you have more, do keep coming through and we'll get those answered. We like to give you as honest answers as we can, and we'll try to tell you as much as we can. We can't tell you everything because we want to obviously keep things, you know.
God damn it, Adam. What's taking you so long?
Wow, come on, Delia, don't bust my
neck, and he is kicking up a
things.
Hey, Delia, the commissioner sent us to make contact with the Okar about the situation. Sit tight. I'll keep you posted.
Indeed. Let's get out of it. Let's get out of here. Right. Undiscovered. Let's get out of here. Let's get on. Whee. It's flying along, flying on. Ooh. Cutscene. Terrain ship and our Sentinel, which we will swap eventually, honestly. I'm not going to stick with it. And
that Corvette looks fairly official. Must be the emissaries.
Indeed, it bears the holy insignia.
And those force field emitters don't look very peaceful to me.
Definitely.
That must be the work of the aforementioned Okar Prime. The Commissioner's suspicions have been proven correct.
Hailing Clerical Corvette. This is a colonial delegation on a diplomatic mission.
Your authority, your treaties, your lies, and your filthy presence have no place here.
We only wish to speak with Emissary Sareth. We come on behalf of Commissioner Hawk bearing a request.
There will be no negotiating. Turn back and keep to your own affairs. You have been warned.
We won't leave until we've delivered our message.
He's not very happy.
If your request was death, then we shall be sure to make you satisfied.
Wow. He's a happy banana, isn't he?
Can you provide a distraction while I figure out a way through this force field?
You can count on me, Adam.
Boom, boom.
What if we got a signal out to the Okar authorities to let them know a high-ranking official has been taken hostage?
They would react, certainly. Perhaps this is a sensible course of action.
If you hear the ping ping sound, it's usually because you've been fired at. And you can fire those things back. Like there's one somewhere that was just...
I detect disconnected comms tech floating in the vicinity.
Okay.
If you wish to reactivate the comms system, collect all the associated parts. I will highlight them for you once the force field is down.
Okay, yeah. We could use all the help we can get. Even if it's Okar authorities.
Right, okay, deactivate the force field. Yeah. Ooh, hello. Protector down there. How many ping ping balls? Go away. Oh, friends are coming in, aren't they? No, go away. You know what? Time to just do a little bit of pain. A little bit of pain. I remember my G key, haven't I? There we go. Got you. That's off.
The force field's down. I can try to repair the comm system now.
Hello. Wow. I came across that rock a bit quicker than I expected. That's not fun. Whoop. Coming through. Don't mind me. Coming through. Big thing attached to me. There we go. Meow. Go on, Tari. Doing great work there. Oh, that is annoying. That is annoying. Hello. Just him down. Get out of there. Oh, the concentration. Good fight, this. I do like this fight. It's one of the better ones. One of the better ones I really enjoyed. Right, where's the other part? Where's the other part? There. Comms part. Come here. I've got this bit to need to stick on that other big ship. Come on. Right, there's the combat. Meow. Doink.
Corvette's comm system is functional again.
Cool.
It now needs to be powered up.
Oh.
I will use your booster's energy to power up the system.
Cool.
You must remain close in order for this to work.
Groovy. Really? Yes. Look at that Okar Prime Prospector firing them things in my general direction. Not fun. We can fire them back. Don't want to drift too far away. Yeah. Oh, we got this. We got this. Boink. There we go. Turn the initiative dampers off by accident. Hey!
This is like the old days of analog.
You take a weakling's approach by summoning the authorities to your aid.
Wow.
They're disengaging.
They've just run. They've just legged it.
Hailing clerical corvette. Do you read me? We are on a diplomatic mission and request access to the emissary.
Good fight that. Good fight that. Enjoyed that.
It appears that we must force entry. It may be that the hardliners still have control of the corvette.
This is where we get to see Tareen in action.
These are dangerous extremists we're taking on here, Tareen.
This part must be done the way of the old warrior code.
Go on, Tareen.
Not harm the ones
Kick
in the
ass.
ropes, and stay behind me. Careful. Best keep your blaster holstered.
Go on, Tareen. You got this. Clunk. Damn.
I am seeing a side of you I never knew, Tareen.
Okar never forgets his training.
You are the traitor we've heard of. The one who left the brood to become a menial merchant to the humans.
I have become something you cannot understand.
Go on,
and
Tareen.
now I will not allow you to stand in the way of peace with the humans.
Bust his chops.
Talk of a coward. You want to settle this the traditional way, after you abandon your chosen path.
I am my own master. You are but a slave to the warrior code.
I just love that little sequence where Adam turns away and says, "Oh, that's gonna hurt."
I see before me such things as I could not have foreseen.
Your Eminence, I am Tareen, and this is my companion, Adam Roslin.
Tareen, of course. I am familiar with your story, so you have decided to return to us?
Not exactly. We have come bearing a message from Commissioner Hawk of the Colonial Fleet.
Eshahar is under threat from the humans.
The Comet is under threat from rogue agents who do not represent us. The Commissioner sent us to plead for more time before an Okar intervention. She sends assurances that this problem can be solved internally among us Colonials.
You are known to us too, Adam Roslin. Indeed, we have encountered you a number of times in quite a variety of contexts. Tell me, why do you care about the Okar, of whom you have killed so many?
I understand there are peaceful elements to your society. I have just never met them before.
And of Eshahar, what do you know?
I have learned from Tareen that it is sacred to you.
Sacred, indeed. The spirits of our ancestors are embedded in its ancient stones. Twice in each generation they pass to share their visions of the past, present, and future. But perhaps you know this. Perhaps you have been touched by Eshahar. Tareen, I commend you and your friend for your noble interference. It was timely.
Yes.
Relay to the Commissioner that the Grand Master shall be informed. And we shall stay our hand, at least for the time being. And Tareen, should you ever wish to return to us, a clerical vocation is still open to you.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
We will resolve this. You have my word.
Such a scene setter. I love that one. I love that, you know, so much is kind of set in motion there.
May have altered the disastrous course of our shared history. And thanks to the signal you sent, the authorities will be here shortly. I have informed them of your great assistance.
It was an honor to be of service.
And an honor to meet you. I'll need to update Hawk on the situation.
Cool.
Commissioner Hawk, do you read me?
Do you read me?
I hope it's good news, Mr. Roslin.
Your suspicions were correct about hardliners being the reason for the emissary's radio silence. He was being held hostage.
Held
We were
hostage.
able to free him, and he has not been harmed.
This suggests tensions between the Okar castes are intensifying and could sour already strained relations.
Indeed.
For the time being, we've been given assurance that the order will be issued not to attack G&B, as long as G&B do not attempt to touch the comet. The Grandmaster's proclamation on this should guarantee that none will cross that line.
I hope so.
Let's hope so.
Although we should not presume to test the Okar's toleration further. G&Bs still need to be brought to heel to prevent conflict.
Indeed, indeed. I just see a lovely comment from Quasdeful over on YouTube. I would say that the vibe of music you're going for is very reminiscent of old space games. It's very cool. Yeah, Gero does a wonderful job. We're very lucky to have him, as well as Lucas, who's on the audio team that creates some wonderful tunes. And you might have heard one of the new ones last week when we did our little fly around one of the locations as well. So we've got some cool music, battle combat music as well, coming as well for the new DLC. So yeah, keep those questions coming. In fact, I'll tell you what, we'll start now because it's nearly coming up on the hour. So let's dive through some of the rest of the questions. Mark One Ronin over on YouTube would like to know, how does your team feel about content creators reacting to your trailers? We absolutely love it. We do. We absolutely love it. So if you like the look of a trailer, by all means, we do actually have some content creators who will pick up some of our trailers and then discuss about announcements, etc. So yeah, we love that people do that. For those of you who don't know, that is how I actually got to know Rockfish Games as a content creator way back in the early phase of EVERSPACE 1. I'd backed as a Kickstarter. I'd seen the game and I thought, do you know what, that is a good game. Tried it, didn't like it. It's always the funny story. I didn't like it because I didn't understand the whole concept, or didn't appreciate the concept of a roguelike. And then I started playing it, and Michael, of all people, came into my stream and said thank you very much for streaming their game, and he was well chuffed. And over the years, we've got to know each other and the team, and then here I am as your community manager. So I'm very lucky, and I do genuinely to say that as a young wee nipper when I was getting into games many years ago. We won't say how many. I always wanted to, make games, do something with games, because I was smitten by them, and it's taken me a while, but here I am, involved in it all. Terry Lackey on YouTube. Any chance we'll see an ability to upgrade our gear's quality all the way to Starforge? Crafting is great, but the ability to increase the quality all the way to Superior Starforge. We'll see. I'll definitely put something towards the team, but we've got a lot of information still to come, so we'll see what comes down the line for that one, Terry. Sometimes I've got to be a little bit vague, by the way, because we can't always talk about everything, but we shall see. Bearded Frog wants to know, can we petition Gary to up the difficulty or bless us with another race challenge? I'm trying to get through this on hard. I have noticed that there's quite a few times that I've kind of steamrolled a little bit. I am maybe over-leveled a little bit, but have you seen there are times when I will die? So we'll carry on as we are. Now, I can't promise that we're going to be able to do many more challenges as such, only because we've got so much to get through. Myself and Lee, we're kind of planning out what we can reveal over the coming months for, obviously, a sneak peek at everything if you want. So yeah, it's going to take maybe a little while to dive back around. If we can, I will definitely try and do it. You haven't died in so long. People just want to come along to see me die, I'm sure. Where are we up to? E2 Moto over on YouTube as well. Law question. In the end of the base story, Adam is free to safely leave the DMZ, but still hasn't left yet, right? At the end, no, he's still there. Okay, he is still there. Nothing's kind of been decided, but we'll have to wait and see. Bloodhair on YouTube would like to know, would it be possible for the Vindicator drones to match the colour of your ship? That would, again, be quite an interesting question I'd have to throw to the team, whether it be possible. The reason I say that is that there's a lot of work. Obviously, how I styled my ship here, for example, how this is kind of all, you know, glowing effects, skins, etc. The drones themselves would have to then have all those textures put on them and make them look correct. So it might be too big of a job to do that, if I'm honest. I know it sounds kind of, oh, you just got to add the color, or you just got to do... It's not that easy because everything has to be textured properly and make sure that it actually works. So I can ask the team, but I wouldn't hold out much hope for that one, I'm afraid. Briggs over on YouTube. How many playable enemy ships will be added? Which ones? Can't tell you. That's an easy one. It's one of those can't tell you moments. Sakib910 on YouTube. Any new ship modules in the new DLC? Not for the normal ships like the Sentinel, Vanguard, etc. We're not adding any. We had a previous question of the similar ilk. We're not going to be adding any new modules. Now, what will obviously happen is you will be aware that we bring in the rare ship, which will have a certain look to it. But there's not going to be any new modules. Right, last one, and then we'll crack on with a few more questions. Cyber9T800. That sounds an ominous name. Will EVERSPACE 2 become PS5 Pro enhanced at some point? Any plans? Now, we do have plans for the PlayStation 5 Pro. However, we need to get our hands on a PS5 Pro dev kit. And they are like unicorn poop. So we haven't managed to get hold of one yet. But the plan is at some point we will. But at the moment, we can't say when. It is in plans, you know, to happen. But again, we're just waiting on something to come our way in terms of the dev kit. So fingers crossed. But when it'll happen, I'm not entirely sure. Okay. Right, let's crack on a little bit and then we'll answer some more. We've got some more coming in. Keep them coming. Lee's feverishly typing away, copying all the questions from wherever you are. If you're on Steam, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, wherever you are, do throw them up. Throw them up. Right, let's do that. Crafting modules. Oh yeah, okay, that was that. The cargo unit. I did wonder what I picked up. And okay, the cloak field generator. So we should start picking up now the superiors. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. There we go. Right, mark all the steam. That's all good. So yeah, we're going to do a bit more gameplay, answer some more questions, and then in the last quarter of the stream, we're going to start looking at some of the new quality of life improvements. We've already shown off one last week, which we'll go back over, but we do have some more to show you as well. Which I think you're going to be very interested in. So we've got some good stuff there that we're going to need to get rid of, sell, etc.
Okar units incoming.
We summoned the authorities.
That's a cool ship.
Be escorted back to the Okar Expanse now. Tareen and Adam, then may your mission be crowned with success for the sake of Eshahar.
For the sake of Eshahar.
For Eshahar.
Go on, Tareen. Give it some.
We better inform the others what's been going on. Delia, do you read me?
Adam, I was just about to contact you. Maddox left the base just a short time ago. There was nothing we could do to stop him. He took Eduardo, too.
Damn it, Maddox. He's gonna ruin everything.
He is.
Just hang tight. We'll come back to base and we'll sort this out.
Oh, completed the emissary. Nice 8,000 experience there. Sealed the ancient structure. Nope, we're not going to do it. Haha, we'll let you work that one out. Right, let's get out of here, shall we? Let's make like a tree and leaf. Boom, boom, boom. Right, off we go. Back to Ram Gate. Keep those questions coming. Keep those questions coming. We want to answer them if we can. We try to be as transparent as we possibly can. We can't obviously tell you everything, but we are very upfront. And anybody that's been around watching these streams and the development process of EVERSPACE 1 and EVERSPACE 2 will know how transparent we are about things. Oops. Oh, I missed. Missed the jellyfish. Nobody can ring Petter on me for that one. Okie dokie. Right. So where are we heading? Okay. I see. Yeah. Some of the weapons are starting to get a little bit long in the tooth now. Getting a little bit. Ooh. Do I swap to that though? Because that's some good energy there. I do. Probably one of my favorite combos is the synchro pulse. And then either like an auto cannon. I do play a lot with the auto cannon, but the crimson flak, I just love it because of the splash damage. Enforcer. Some people like that. I don't know why they're wrong, but you know, some people do. Maybe we might switch that out if we start struggling a little bit. So anyway, let's jump. Let's get out of here. Oh, this is some of the coolest music in the game. I do love this music. I don't want to fast forward because it'll be over too quick. Over too quick, way too quick. This might be an interesting poll that we could put up in the future about which system has your favorite music, your favorite theme music, like this when we're traveling around. I know some people have some favorites. I do like this because of how serene and you just want to float away with the music. Again, Gero, magician, musical magician. Right, we might just have to clear. So, oh, these are level 15. I might be okay. Are you going to attack me, are you? You're going to attack me, you are. Okay. You're going to be smart ass, aren't you? You're just going to be smart. Oh, hello. You're a pest. Boink. There you go. Oh, go away, detonator drone. And you. Stop firing at me. You're not being nice. There we go. Oh, he's a madcap. He's a madcap. Right, you can go. I've had enough of you as well. Thank you. Boom, boom. Right, now we can fly on in peace. Fly on in peace. So we'll try and get through some more of this storyline. It's kicking along. Everything's going a bit pear-shaped, but, you know, we'll see what we can do. And then we'll answer some more questions, and then we'll switcheroo to the dev build, because I'm playing on the normal game build that you boys and girls have access to, but for some of the features that are coming, obviously I need to switch over to the dev build. As long as it remains stable. That's always the good thing. Oh, hello. That was a little bit of a stutter there. See what that was all about. Whoop. Oh, hello. Oh, why did they put a chest there? I was going to go get the chest. There we go. Right, I tell you what we're going to do is we're just going to go through here, go to the smuggler's base where Tarjak is, and just say, yo, Tarjak, can we sell some stuff? Sell some stuff, and what have you got to buy? Let's see what else we got. Oop. Let's do a quick resell. That's fine. That's fine. Right, let's look at the shop. Ooh. Oh. Of course, we got Castiles, didn't we? Fairly recently, so we're not going to be swapping to that anytime soon. Ugh. Yeah. So we shall sell that. Coil gun. Good range. Not a lot else. Thermo gun. Yeah, a bit poor. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Lots of devices. Consumables, rather. EMP missiles. They're quite good. Corrosion missiles, mines can still be good, but they're looking a little bit peaky now. They are looking a little bit peaky. Hazard plating. More armor. Grants immunity to radiation while the armor is up. Maybe actually, I might swap that out because that one. We'll go with that. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. In fact, you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna swap the corrosion missiles out and get rid of those. Even though they do more damage than them, but they obviously do a lot more damage. Let's get rid of them. Don't want that. We'll keep the rockets. Damage for South Flight. I mean, they're good. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to keep them for the time being. Get rid of them. Keep that. That's a large. That's a medium and they're small. So get rid of them. Don't need them. Don't need that. Get rid of that. Nothing else there. So we've got a few things. Let's see what he's got. See, do you know what I was talking about? The old auto cannon? Do you know? What do we do? What do we do? Do we do it? The problem is that is good for a bit of everything. It does the splash damage, which can do quite a significant amount. Whereas that is just doing energy. So it's like, what do I do? What do I do? So many choices, so many choices. The other thing to consider as well is that just because something doesn't suit, you've always got the option of crafting something. Always got something that you can craft if you kind of get into a sticky situation. It could be that you come up with, again, something that specifically needs energy damage to be done to it. And you may running something that's quite poor on energy damage, or it's not able to hit a lot in terms of regular shots. It maybe draws too much power that you can only get maybe 4 or 5 shots off with it before you got to wait, and then you're thinking, I'm not doing enough damage. Always do consider that you can craft things, even consumables. People forget about consumables to get themselves out of a sticky situation. If you need to leave any kind of environment, then get out of Dodge. Heal up, try and dock somewhere, anything. You don't have to always keep fighting. I know a lot of people do, and you feel like you need to do that, but it's not always necessary. Discretion is the better form of valor. So sometimes you just need to get that out of there. Right, Carla, what else have we got? Location scan is good, and supervision. Now these are very good for people who are completionists. For when you get Carla, if you're trying to find a lot of secrets and a lot of different areas, actually updating these, the location scanner and scanner and supervision, something to definitely consider. You don't have to. There's no requirement to go and complete everything. But if you want to, then that is entirely up to you. And these will definitely help as well. Oh, I forgot. I got Adam's perk at level 20. So we have a choice of ulterior motive. So 100% increased ult generation while shield is depleted. Undying Assault will activate the ult. Instant repairs 50% of armor, removes all debuffs. Or critical faculty. Critical hits have a 30% chance to restore 1% of ult energy. Now, I'm interested to see what you guys normally run with these. I know it can vary from build to build, but what is your preferred perk for this one? So would you go ulterior motive for the 100% increased ult generation while the shield is depleted? Would you try unyielding assault, which activating the ult instantly repairs 50% of armor and removes all debuffs? Or critical faculty, which is critical hits have a 30% chance to restore ult energy. Flora is going critical faculty. Oh, okay, so you obviously go for an ult build. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna wait to see what the people from YouTube, because they're always a little bit behind in the times. It takes a little bit longer to come through. So ulterior motive, unyielding assault, or critical faculty. Bearded Frog is always a fan of critical faculty too. So critical hits 30%. I mean, that is a good shot. I mean, if you consider obviously flak and anything that's fast firing, for example, each of that hit, and if it is a crit, then you have a 30% to build up 1% of ult energy. So you will get the ult back again. Talahar went critical faculty. Cyberdyne went critical. Wow. Oh, Grip went unyielding assault. Again, it's very situational. It depends on the ship that you're firing, or flying rather, not firing, as to which one you would choose. But I'm glad that there's been a bit of difference there. But it does seem like there's an overriding critical faculty. That's not an easy word to say. Bearded Frog just opens up with the rest of my build. Essentially makes Striker ult up more than you can even use it, basically. Freddy J, I'd rather use a medium fighter and have massive shield. Don't really care about armor. Fair enough. I love the fact that there's a reasoning behind it. And this is what we like to kind of put into people's hands, into the players' hands. We have had some suggestions in the past. It's like, why don't you just give us all the ability to, use every legendary in the game in every slot that we want? Well, we actually want the players to think about what they will actually utilize. It's not only in terms of set bonuses, their legendaries, but also their perks, especially Adam perks, because they can make a significant difference to your build. So there it is. That's one of the reasons why we do it. It's a case of we want you to think, not just literally pew, 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 pew through the whole game. We want you to think about things about how you build out your ship. And I'm glad I love the discussions. When we have the discussions on the Discord, we had one today and I think yesterday as well, about how people make their ships work for them. Your play style is different to somebody else's. You might look at somebody like Bearded Frog's play style, or Wizard Jerry, or Spook Knights, or Freddy J's, for example, and they might fly totally different to how you do, but there is always that option to kind of look at theirs as a base build and then tweak it to suit you with all the different options. So I'm glad to see there's some good discussion there. I like it. So I think what I'll do is I'll go I'll go critical faculty just to see how it plays out, and then at any point you can switch them. But we'll activate critical faculty just to do that. So we've got defensive massacre, which does do the shield recharge, which is handy. Downtime warrior. Weapons require 15% less energy for each device that is on cooldown. I don't use my devices enough, to be fair. And then crit happens, which obviously is then good with critical faculty. I love how we chose crit happens. I'd love to know who chose that. Love it. Right, so we've kind of done that. Nothing there that we're going to buy. I'm just having a look down here, see if he's got anything that will allow us to perk-wise, but no, nothing on this. It's just all gear, and then we've got other perks that we can build into. Tractor beam, can we actually do it? Have we got some super gel? Do you know what? One shot. Do you know what I think we need to do? I think we need to go to Prescott. There's got to be something at Prescott for us. There's always something at Prescott. Probably a load more jobs, but I'm sure there's always something there. That's the undiscovered site here, isn't it? That's the other rips in space that we need to do, isn't it? Which is over there. Okay. Actually, we need to... Hang on. That's Anandra, so that's Prescott. Do you know what we're just going to do is we're just going to go here to the undiscovered site first. Let's head there.
Hey, Hive. What's your take on the current situation?
Time is moving forward, and the universe built around it will eventually cease to exist, obliterating all meaning to the blip of our existence.
No, I mean, what's our current situation right now?
Yes, it helps to be specific. We are moving through space. What we do next ultimately does not matter.
Unbelievable.
And yet true.
Mutterschwein on Nightmare and practically forced the gobble devices to survive. Yeah, I can imagine. I don't think I'd ever manage Nightmare, to be fair. But I fair play to everybody that does. I'm in awe that you were able to do it and that you enjoy it. Obviously, having a good ship and having that knowledge of builds is always handy. Always handy. So, yeah, fair play. Right, let's fast forward a little bit. Let's go plant this kind of device that we need to have a little look-see at. Galliano Gate? What? Oh, hello. There's lots of containers here. It's like, let's go find these containers. Cool. Another thing. Anything crystal. Medicine. We don't want any bad medicine. Hey. Put that there. Oh, more stuff. More stuff. Container there. Point, sticky turret, wiring kit. Come on, just... Fusion core. Power core. Okay. Oh, hello, there's a... Oh, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do this one because I found it. Whee! Yep. Underneath. That's one power core. Meow.
Those G&B fighters coming at me?
Affirmative.
Affirmative.
Attempting alternative maneuver.
Attempting alternative maneuver. Okay. Now, I've got to be very careful. I was just going to flak into the middle of that, and that would have been probably a bad idea, if I'm honest. But if I can attract the G&B over here, just got to be careful of the splash damage, because I don't want to be upsetting the Orcar. Ow! There we go. Credits. Cool.
I suppose more credits will satisfy you.
See, that's kind of handy. Ooh. Whoa! Things. Coalition fighters, rather. Yeah, but it wasn't okay. Now, are they coming to join? No, they're off. That's fine. They can stay over there. Okay. There's something that can blow up over there. That's good. Do you know? I've just seen the message that Lee has just put there. That Gary has a soft spot for 80. I am. Yeah. I'll quite happily admit. My favourite. There we go. I'll get that power goal. My favourite band in the world is Def Leppard. A local band to me is such because they're from South Yorkshire. I'm from East Yorkshire, and yeah, I've seen them many times. So yeah, definitely kind of that kind of era. I grew up in the 80s. You know, I was born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s. I actually started gaming in the late 70s, early 80s. Woo!
What's next on the list?
What's next on the list, indeed? Did we actually already do this? I think we already have. Galliano Gate, yeah. I made never my thing. I know somebody just mentioned very briefly there about the kind of what PCs, computers they had. Yeah, mine. I started my first gaming was on the original like video console system, and then I shifted on to Commodore 64, and then the Amiga 500, and then the Amiga 1200. Then I took a break, went on to PlayStations, etc. Then got back into PC gaming, and then I have consoles, PCs all the way through. So yeah, that's my all the difference of that. Yeah, if you want to get those questions in, we've got another Q&A coming up in about 5 minutes time, where we'll answer them, and then we'll dash through them as many as we can, and then I'll start showing you the new quality of life stuff. So because we've got to finish on time today. I know for the last couple of streams we've been way over time. Value for money. We'll call that value for money. Right, let's see what happens here, because I'm sure it's going to go perfectly... Oh, not fine. Oh, these are going to hurt, aren't they? These are going to hurt. Oh, hello, there's a coalition fighter there. I don't want to upset... Ow! That wasn't fun. This is actually quite handy that they're getting involved. This has kind of helped me in this fight.
Nice shot.
Nice shot. Good shot, Maurice. Wave 2. Yeah, this is actually handy, but I do have to be careful with the splash damage. And I really don't want to use my ult because that's a bit indiscriminate, is my ult as well. Let me just get out of dodge because they're heating me up a little. Okay. Okay. I'm getting a little bit of pain there.
Can you help? I can offer emotional support if we...
You know you wanted a death. A Zerillia drone. A Zerillia drone. I knew I was taking a bit of a beating. Now, you can see there that there's a problem. Now, for me, I should really swap out something because I was starting to run out of energy quite a lot. Finally. Yay! Everybody's happy that I've died. I do wonder about you guys sometimes. I really do. It's like, death plus one. Yes, Lee will definitely add one to the death list. We do keep track of them, by the way. If you ever... come into the stream and you're wondering why people are so happy that I die, it's because we do keep a tally of our deaths. Anyway. It's still working. It's still working. We put a new battery in the back of it. We're good. We put another AA into it. Right. It's all good. It's all good. We can't actually dock here, can we? That's a shame. That is actually a shame. That's actually quite handy. See what we'll do. Because I've got a lot to kind of die through. 12 in this play. About 12. Miscount may have happened, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it. Right. We're just going to park our ship there just as we look out over there. Because I want to answer some of these questions because I know we're just coming up on the half hour. And I know we've got to be on time today. Lee had to knock some rust off it to make it working properly. Give it a go, crank. Get that great crank handle going, shall we? Yeah, it's good. Yeah, we're using an abacus now. We've run out of digital options. Bearded Froggy said that he's learned a lot from me because he didn't realize there were so many wings that you can die to. You know, I like to show everything that the game can offer in terms of deaths, where you can die, how not to fly. You know, I'm not saying it all has to be good. So anyway, we'll crack on with some of these questions before we switch over to a couple of other things because we need to show you those. Wild Moon on YouTube would like to know, after the next expansion is done, are there any talks around the office to rebalance, rework Leviathans and Dreadnought? Thank you for answering the previous question. You're more than welcome, Wild Moon. If you think something is way out of whack, honestly, if you have a concern that you think something is strangely odd and it's not performing as it should or it needs looking at, please do drop us a message in a suggestion or either on YouTube, sorry, not on YouTube, on our Discord or on Steam, for example. We'll certainly take a look at it. We think everything's generally in a good place at the moment, but that's not to say that something isn't wonky, okay? If you catch something and you think, hang on, I'm struggling here, then do give us a suggestion. Again, we can't always act on it. We're generally upfront about that. We aren't always able to change things. We may be able to give you a suggestion, or people from the chats or the Discord replies may be able to give you an option if you think that you may be struggling a little bit, especially with like rebalance can be not necessarily that the game needs to change, but you might need to change your approach to how you tackle something. There's always that option as well. So do send us those things that way. So please, if you get the time, do drop us a little line. Flory over on Twitch. With more DLCs, will there be an art book 2 someday? Okay, got a little information on this. We are looking into it. Okay, we're going to look into it. We don't know for definite how that's going to happen, but if it does, it's possibly going to be a digital only. The reason we say that is to actually produce that art book took a lot of time and a lot of expense. Okay, so creating another physical art book would be probably out of the realms of possibility. But if we are going to create an art book too, for want of a better phrase, then we will probably have a digital only. Briggs over on YouTube would like to know, what do you think about AI wingmen for when you're outnumbered and flying the lighter ships? AI in terms of artificial intelligence of being wingmen that fly around with you, etc., is actually very difficult to do. AI in a game, whether it's an NPC or something, is very, very difficult to do because you kind of got to tune it to a balance point. You don't want it to be overly strong. You don't want to be too slow at reacting. It takes a lot of work to get it nailed down right. So would it actually happen for specifically lighter ships? Probably not. I mean, we have Alec that jumps in. He's a little bit of a force, you know, of his own in terms of what he actually does when he wants to appear, etc. So creating wingmen is difficult. You got to also remember that the enemies that you fight are AI controlled, so that also puts a kind of strain on the system, on the game. So the more AI that you throw in there, even with like the big battles that happen, it can be difficult to then put one that is reacting to you and what you do and dealing with enemies as well. So it can be a very difficult thing. I wouldn't expect it, if I'm honest, Briggs, just because of the time to get it right and the difficulty and the time to do it, to be fair. Terry Lackey on YouTube, any updates on possible ancient stuff, so stuff more powerful than legendaries? Would be dope. We'll have to wait and see. Bearded Frog on YouTube, what is a lore question? This is going to be a fun one. Why do the Okan need jump gates if they can just wormhole themselves everywhere? I don't know the exact lore on this, but I suspect that there may be a massive power requirement to generate their own wormholes, and they're not able to do it all the time. I'm sure I've had this conversation before where a ship can generate a wormhole, but it does take a lot of energy to create it itself. I will try and follow up to see what the actual lore on that is. But I do suspect, just because, okay, you can go from A to B via a wormhole, that's already generating the travel point for you rather than you actually having to generate one yourself. But I don't actually know. I think it's the possibility of how much power it is required. There is a follow-up on that. Why do Okar use human juggates when they can just say, oh yeah. So pretty much the technology is there and available to use, so they're thinking, well, why don't we just use it? Rather than having to generate anything themselves. So yeah, I'll try and follow up and see if what the answer is. That what I will say is that not every lore question can be answered. Now you might think, hang on, that's a bit strange. How do you create the world? Well, not everything is enveloped or developed rather to the max in terms of lore. Now, a lot of it is, but not everything has an answer. It's kind of, yes, we want to create this element within our game world. Is there a lore to it? Yes. I'm not saying in this terms about wormholes, but it could be something else that somebody asks in a lore question. It might be that we haven't taken it down to that intricate a level. It's a hard task to create a full-on lore. We try and keep it very on point when it comes to lore, because we want it to mean something and to actually be understandable, rather than just, hey, plot armor kind of situation with everything. But we can't always embellish it totally. And Dana says, is there a lore reason why the Galliano gate is always up doesn't need to be activated? There may be. Again, it's one I'm going to have to follow up with in terms of the jump gate lore of why it's actually just there and it's a kind of permanently activated. But I will definitely ask and see if we can find anything that's pertinent on that. So we'll have a little look. Right, while I'm here, what I'm going to do... Oh, hello. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I want to do. Whoa. Behave yourself. Behave yourself. Let's just back out of there. Just hit the pause screen. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through, before we switch over, we did have some polls fairly recently on our Discord, and I just want to go through the results because I think it was quite interesting. We'll do these and then we can dive over to the dev build. So this is on our Discord. We do run these quite regularly. If you want to get involved, do join our Discord, discord.gg/rockfishgames. Dive in and then you can put your point across or your vote across to certain things like this. Now, this one was we had a few weeks ago. We just haven't got around to showing you, and it was which was your favorite planetary system in EVERSPACE 2. Now, you can see obviously the K Nebula was the winner because it was very, very nice, very splendid to look at, and it is one of the favorites within the game. I did put Aethon at the bottom. It's kind of a little troll on this one. I do apologize because I know everybody was like, I want to go back to Aethon. It was great. Let me show it. Let me see it and everything. Obviously, at the time that we did this poll, you didn't know that for definite we were going back to Aethon, technically, but obviously you are now. Maybe we'll rerun this after the DLC has come out and let's see whether that kind of changes as well, because obviously we have said that there's going to be even more star systems for you to visit. So this one, like I say, Kite Nebula 28%, joint second Union and Zarkov with 15, and then and Aethon, sorry, down at 10%, but yeah, Drake was then third with 13% of the votes. So yeah, but yeah, Drake and Keone is a favorite. So that was one poll, and then the other one that we did fairly recently, I'm just going to bring that up, and this only finished this morning. It was, what is your favorite primary weapon? Now, I'm sure anybody that's not voted or isn't on the Discord or active on Discord, you might want to shout out what your favorites are here, but we had autocannon, beam laser, blaster, coil gun, flax, gauze cannons, pulse lasers, rail guns, scatter guns, and thermogun. Now, the beam laser came out top. Now, that can be slightly skewed because of how it's kind of on point all the time. It's slightly sticky in terms of activation, so it does make it a lot easier to aim with. But then obviously it's the damage that it can put out. It's constant. Every kind of second it ticks quite highly. Then we have pulse laser, very, very similar. 40%. Again, that's probably one of my votes as well. I do like the pulse laser, as I was talking earlier. And also one of my other ones right at the top is the autocannon, which got 14% as well, and that was one of my favorites. So definitely there's good there. What I was actually thermogun as well, kind of, hey, if that's not easy mode, I don't know what is. It has value, by the way. We're not kind of criticizing, but it's kind of easy mode as well as the beam laser. Literally have a target, fire off, the bullets as such will just track and hit. Ones that I was quite glad to see were quite low was actually the blaster and the scattergun. Because yeah, I don't get on with that. I don't get on with that at all. I don't get on with that. Grip, the railgun actually got 6%. It only got 3 votes though, so it got 6% of the vote. Again, if you want to get involved and you want to try and change these up, then please get on the Discord. That's where we'll easily be able to do it. But yeah, that is what the Discord chose. Don't blame me, blame the Discord. I don't vote in these because I don't want to skew anything, but I'm always glad to see the results. We're going to have some more coming as well. We're probably going to look at secondaries, which will be, I think, will be a nice thing. See what your secondary choices are. Obviously, there's not as many secondaries as there is primaries, but still, you might have a preference on that. Talar says, yeah, blaster and scattergun is not for me either. Grip slate, but it's still blast for me. It is. Right, I'm just going to get rid of that. We're going to leave that there. And I'm going to come back very, very shortly. I just need to switch over to the dev build, and we're going to go through some of our new, and you haven't seen these before, quality of life improvements that we're bringing to the game with Wrath of the Ancients. Okay, so bear with me while we just switch to the intermission, and I'll be back in a moment while I get things set up.